My dream is to make travel and photography my life. So 7 months ago I bought a camper van and I'm using it to travel around New Zealand, and honestly it is such a dream life. So I just want to use this video as an opportunity to share with you what it's like to travel around in a camper van in New Zealand. So this particular spot here is called Eglinton Valley. It's along the Milford road on the way to Milford Sound, and as you can see it's a pretty cloudy day, but sometimes that does really make for some of the most magical photos. So here I just want to quickly say that I'm travelling solo most of this time, but on this particular month I have my lovely girlfriend Tenny travelling with me. The trouble is though, she's from Indonesia and we're currently in the very south of New Zealand, and during the mid-autumn time it can get pretty cold, so in order for her to keep warm she pretty much has to dress like an Eskimo the whole time. You'll meet her later. The true beauty of van life is the freedom you have to travel wherever you want and whenever you want. You should also know though that fuel prices in general are pretty expensive in New Zealand, and this van in particular drinks fuel like it's lemonade, so I generally have to be pretty conservative with the places I go. However, on this particular day there's just so much to see and so much I want to share with you, so we checked out a second spot. And so for our second spot this morning, we decided to stop by the Mirror Lakes, and on a calm day, you can get the most pristine reflections of the fjord and mountains behind. I don't know about you, but I think this is a pretty special way to start a morning. Breakfast can be a wide variety of things while on the road, but on this particular morning we did the very stereotypical van life thing and made oats. We topped it with granola, added cinnamon. If you haven't already, you definitely should try cinnamon on your breakfast. Raisins, normally some fruits like bananas and oranges, and coffee. We forgot to film the coffee. One of my favourite things about van life is the amount of amazing places you can just sit out and have a meal, and normally with some pretty cool people too. It's so lovely how much it pushes you to get out and enjoy nature more. So I typically use my late mornings and early afternoons to get some work done. Pursuing my dream in photography normally means a lot of time spent editing, sending out emails, which normally don't get any replies, and general day-to-day admin stuff that needs to get done. And the best bit is that the view outside changes almost every single day, and it's almost always a special view. One easy step and you're outdoors. And especially with Tenny, it's lovely to be able to get out and take a break for a bit and explore the local area. From what I've found with my travels so far is that no matter where you are, there's always some hidden gems and adventures to be had. Sometimes the best adventures come from the most unexpected places.
That was good. So easy.
So I just wanted to take a quick moment out of this to give you a bit more behind the scenes. So this is the toilet situation. Normally you're in your towns or the city centres. Normally there's decent public toilets you can use, and there'll be lots of camping sites by that. But when you're out in nature, we're currently in Milford Sound, which is absolutely stunning with the mountains all around. But normally you have to make do with drop toilets. So I'll give you a quick view of what they are. So it's just a tiny little thing like this, and this one's pretty luxury because it actually smells okay. Normally they smell awful, but it's something you just make do with. And right down, you don't want to see what's in there. And there's loo roll, but it's everything you need, and you kind of just get used to it as you go. It's just something that you just pay the price for, being in such a beautiful place, being out in nature. So yeah, just a bit of insight into that. It's something you get by with. Oh, and as for showers, so if you're in a town or a city centre, or by the beach, normally there'll be some cold showers around in some form, or you can pay for a hot shower in the local swimming pool, and that's always an option. But obviously when you're in a beautiful place like this in Milford Sound, normally you have to make do with a lake or a river or something like this. And I'm not going to jump in right now because it's pretty cold, but you get what I mean. So as a photographer, the best images tend to come from early mornings and late evenings, because that's when the golden hour light is. So that tends to be when I go out for my adventures. This particular spot today though, I'm pretty excited to share with you. Along the way, there's a pretty cool waterfall, which makes for a perfect stop before the hiking begins. What follows is about an hour hike through the jungle until it opens up to Lake Marion. I really hope you get to check out this place, it's seriously stunning. What you'll normally find is a pristine crystal clear lake with mountains surrounding it within the valley. Only because you have to hike a bit to get there, it's normally so peaceful too. As you can probably guess, it's a pretty special place for photography also. A couple of times I've been here, I had the whole spot to myself. I could just sit here for hours and take it all in. It really is so awe-inspiring. With it getting close to winter now in New Zealand, it gets dark by pretty much 6 or 6:30 PM, which tends to mean that dinner is normally cooked in the dark. But with these LED lights in the van, it makes for a pretty cozy evening sometimes. Personally, I tend to only eat 2 meals a day, so I try to make each meal as big and as healthy as I can. On this particular day, we cooked up onions, pepper, mushrooms, with broccoli and garlic, added with some tofu, and all mixed in with some pasta and some pasta sauce. It makes for a pretty nice hearty meal to end the day. And that's a typical day for me travelling in New Zealand. So it's a few days later on now from the video, and I realised I didn't actually update you on the last few hours of the day. And honestly, it's probably not much different from yours back home. So it's pretty dark now in the evenings in autumn, winter time, so I tend to spend most of the time in a camper van, and I use it as a good opportunity to catch up on editing, or as a great chance to catch up with friends or family on a video call back home. Sometimes it can get pretty lonely on your own in a van, so it is a lovely thing to do sometimes. Or watch a movie. I absolutely love movies, and it's one of my favourite ways to de-stress from a long day. And so I hope you found this video useful. I hope you find it interesting, and if you're thinking of doing van life yourself or coming to New Zealand, or perhaps you've done van life already, I'd really love to hear from you in the comments. If you want any tips or advice, please do reach out. I look forward to all the comments in there. I will reach out to all of them, and I really appreciate anyone who wants to connect in this way. I love outdoors and adventure and photography, and if anyone wants to talk about it, I'm all ears, so please reach out and I can't wait to hear from you.